Hi, it's me with Barbalicious. Tonight for supper, I'm gonna do some slow roasted ribs in the oven. And then I gotta do some kind of potato of some sort, not sure. Maybe I might do rice. And then I'm gonna do corn on the cob. So I got my ribs here. I'm just gonna cut them up. The last time I did ribs, I boiled them first, and that was before I barbecued them. But tonight I'm not going to. I'm just gonna put them in a casserole dish here, like so. Just cut them up, and I left them bigger chunks too last time, but these I'm just gonna cut them individually. So they'll cook a little bit faster and a little bit slower. And I know for sure they're cooked, and I'm getting a bone right here, so I gotta try and figure this out. I'm hitting the bone. There we go. And they're still a little bit frozen, but that's okay. They'll still cook just as good. So I'm just gonna cut these up here. A couple more left. And then I'm gonna put a dry rub on them. I have my oven set at 425. And I'm gonna put a dry rub on them, tinfoil it up, and then cook them like that. And then at the end, I will add, I'm gonna do homemade barbecue sauce that I will put on them when they're just about cooked. So, got all of them in here like this. So now I'm gonna do my dry rub. So I'm gonna do onion powder, and I do about a tablespoon of each seasoning. So I got onion powder here. Garlic powder. Montreal steak spice. That probably not as much, maybe about a teaspoon of that on there. Dried mustard. Pepper. Tonight I'm gonna do this smoked apple wood flavoring. It's good with pork. This stuff is really good. And a little bit of chili powder. That's about a teaspoon of chili powder too. Not a tablespoon, just about a teaspoon. Okay. And then I just mix it all up. Make sure everything's nicely coated. Seasonings. I'm not gonna add any water or nothing to this. I'm just gonna put a thing of tinfoil on it and put it in the oven and let it cook like this, and then the juices and everything from the fat will create its own little pocket of juices. So it's all coated up and ready to go, so I'm just gonna tinfoil it up and put it in the oven. Okay, so I'm gonna show you my barbecue sauce that I use for pork. I put my ribs in the oven at 425, and I'm gonna let them cook for about an hour or so, because I want them to be like falling off the bone real good. So I got my pot here. I'm gonna turn on my oven, or my stovetop. I'm gonna add about 2 cups of ketchup. Like so. And then I'm gonna add a cup of water. I'm just gonna start out with a half a cup and see how it goes, because I have to add vinegar to it too, so I don't want it to be watery. I want it to be kind of thicky. So it says I'm supposed to add, I'm gonna add about 2/3 to 3/4 of a cup of vinegar. Do that. And then I'm gonna add about a cup or so of brown sugar to it too. I got a little bit left in the bag. I'll just add it to the pot. So that's that. And then, oopsie, I'm gonna add some, I don't like this. This is getting, Worcestershire sauce. This here you can not add if you don't want to, because you kind of have to like it. I add about a tablespoon or so to it, but you add as much as you want. But I like Worcestershire sauce. So, okay. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of cornstarch to this because I don't like it. So I'm gonna doctor it up a little bit. I shouldn't have added the water. Oh well though, live and learn, live and learn. So now I'm just gonna stir this. I got it on the heat. Stir it until it thickens up, and then I'll come back to you and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Hi, okay, I'm back. It's thickened up now. I added 2 other tablespoons of cornstarch to it. So when you go to make it, don't add the water. Just do the vinegar and not the water. Well, to me, it was too runny. I like it thick like barbecue sauce, not runny like that, okay? And then for added flavor, if you have some liquid smoke, you can add a little bit of that to it, and then it gives it a little bit of a smoky taste. So I'll just stir it. I have my oven shut off now, so it's just gonna sit and cool and collect some flavors and let it sit for a bit. So it's gonna sit for about an hour or so, and then it'll get nice and flavorful. And then when my ribs are done, then I'll put this on top of the ribs and cook it on broil. I'll turn it up and cook it high, and then I'll have the barbecue sauce on it. So I'll come back to you when everything's ready. Okay, I'm back. I've just looked at my meat. It's been in there for about a half an hour, so it's looking really good. So about another half hour. Right now I've just got water going here. I'm gonna put my corn in there because it takes about 20 minutes to cook. So put that in there and let it cook. I'm just gonna tinfoil these up, put them back in the oven, let them go for another half hour or so. Ouch, that was a little warm. And then I'm going to do up some rice, I've decided. So I'll just get that part set up and I'll get back. Okay, so I'm gonna do up my rice. I'm gonna put in a cup of water because it measures half a cup to 1 cup, or 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water. So I'm using jasmine rice. You can use whatever rice you want, whatever your little heart fancies. So I've got 1 cup of water to half a cup of rice. And if you get a little bit more in there, that's, whatever. That's usually the measurements. Put that in there. And then I add to that, today I'm going to add a little bit of mushroom. Just throw that in there. I'm going to add a bit of the pepper. That to it. Get all the bits and pieces in there. Then I'm going to add a little bit of turmeric to it just to give it that color. Ooh, that's probably a little bit too much. Take that big chunk out there. Gives it that orangey color to it. And then I'm going to add, you can cook it like that if you want, or you can add chicken stock, beef stock, vegetable stock. I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock to it, just to give it a little bit of a flavor. And then I just cook it like that. I put it on the oven. I put it on high till it boils, and then I turn it right down to minimum. Leave the lid on it and cook it up for about 20-25 minutes, and then you've got yummy rice. So I'm just gonna put this on the oven on high. Okay, I'm back at you. My meat's been in there for an hour now. I'm gonna take a look at it. Do a little bit of flip and turning. I'm gonna put it back in uncovered now for about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes just to brown it up a little bit. And then I'll add the barbecue sauce that I made. My corn's done, my rice is done, so they're just sitting there keeping warm, which is fine. So I'm just gonna put this back in for about another 15 minutes or so just to brown it up. And I'm gonna turn it up. I'm gonna turn it on broil. Turn it up on broil. Okay, so it's been on broil for about 15 minutes. They got nice and crispy. That's what I like. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour on that barbecue sauce that we made. And just flip them back over again. I got this barbecue sauce here. So it thickened up really good. So I'm just gonna pour it on like so. Kind of mix it up a little bit. Make sure all pieces get covered in it. And this is where you don't need to be shy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shut off my oven. Because I've got barbecue sauce on it. So I'm just going to shut my oven off, put it back in. I'm going to take my corn out and season it. And I'm just going to heat up the barbecue sauce with that. So then I'll come back to you and show you what it's going to look like all plated. Okay, so I got my corn here. I have butter on a plate. I'm gonna put the corn on there and mix it around. So I got the butter everywhere. Yummy, yummy. And do that with all the pieces. Then it can sit here and cool, so that way it won't be really hot when you go to eat it. It's all buttered up. And then you can add like salt and pepper to it, or garlic on here. I'm just going to leave it with just butter for today. Feel free to add any seasoning on there because that's the way it is. So I'm just going to spin this around, keep spinning it. And then I'm going to take my ribs out and plate it all up and we're ready to eat.